Hi everyone, Colleen here. I just wanted to show you a technique that was taught to me at one of our consultant crop days, and our team leader Shelley, she showed us, well my upline I should say, she showed us how to colour in with, we've used the white embossing powder, and then we've used our ink pads to colour in using the new water brushes, and this is the fine tip one, and I wanted to share this with you today. So let's get started. This one here, it's made in black with cotton candy background, and the colours I've used are cotton candy on the smaller flowers and pomegranate here with pear leaves. So I'll just get showing you today. Now the stamp set I've used is the Hawaiian hibiscus and the little happy birthday greeting there. So that's the two stamp sets we'll be using today. So we'll get started. Now we'll start by stamping first. These two pieces here, this little bit here is just for stamping the leaves on, and we'll be using our Versamark ink. So we'll just stamp two leaves on here, like so, and then on the front of the card, now we're using the happy birthday, and we're just going to stamp that about there. Now I've already pre-done them with a little bit of powder just to help hopefully take the fingerprints off them. So I'll just shut that up and get our white powder. I'll just sprinkle that on there and tap off the excess. Excellent. And then we'll do our leaves. They're very hard to see on the white, but when we heat emboss you'll be able to see them. Just put our powder away. Do excuse me, I'm still not well. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll take our heat gun. Now it's very noisy, so you may want to turn down your volume, and we're just going to heat up our birthday greeting. There we are, so that's all done, and now our two leaves. I love watching this stuff change from a powder to a liquid. There we are. Both, oh, a little bit there. Right, done. Okay, now we'll start with this. Now I should have used watercolour paper, but I didn't have any left after one of the big classes I taught. So I'm just using standard paper. So I just have to be careful not to put too much water on it. So you squeeze your ink pad, open it up, then you take your little brush, it's got water inside it, and I just want to pick up just a little bit of ink. Oh, hang on, I've got stuff all over the edge. There we are, that's better. And then I'm just going to sweep it out from the centre of my leaf. And just pick up a little bit of colour and just add some more. And it doesn't matter if you go over the edge. It's just to give it a look of, I'm not the best at doing this, but I just wanted it to have that handmade look. There we are. So we'll do the other one, and then we have to cut them out, which is not my favourite job, but anyway, such is life. So you just pick up your ink and you just brush it into the card. So some parts are dark and some are light. And if you want, you can go back and give it a darker, just a darker little bit of a centre there if you want to, along the veins. And I always have a bit of paper towel beside me. Now that was our leaves. I'll leave those to dry for a minute. Now I've already cut the flower out. Normally I wouldn't. Normally I would leave it. But the one we're doing today, we're using thistle. This one's in eggplant. And the centre are done in holly. So I've already painted it centre. So now we'll just pick up the thistle. And then we'll just give it broad strokes, just in a curving motion, because that's the way that this flower would have been. And then we can just go back and gently just fill in the edges, just so it has that, some dark, some light. Like I said, I'm not very good at this. I have a tendency to want it always to look all the same colour all over, but I'm trying. And that's our flower done. When it dries, it will look like this one here. If I like, I could take a little bit darker and just add a little bit depth in through the centre of the flower here. So as they say, less is more. Well, sometimes I have a bit of a overload. Anyway, that's enough for our paintbrush at the moment. I'll shut up our ink pads, move them out the way. I'll let that one dry for the minute, and we will cut out around this. Now this is going to be painful because it's always painful to watch cut anything out. It does have little spikes, but sometimes I just sort of skip around those bits. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But if you're more into doing the little wiggly cuts, that'll be fine too. Right, so there are my leaves cut out. Now for the card front. Oh, I had a bit of white on there. Now for this piece here, this is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Our white piece will go on the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. This piece here measures 3 7/8 and 5 1/8, and this is going to go on to the top of there. So we just have a little border around the edge. So it's just a 1/8 of an inch border all the way around the edge, and the paper there, that's thistle. And then the next bit is our card, which is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I did try to put this up, but because I've heat embossed on the black has buckled a bit, and it just give me a bit of the willies. So I thought, well, I'll just stick it straight flat, and it looked just as good. Now to put our leaves on. So it just up through the centre. Oh, I've dropped it. There we go. So one down here in this corner, and then one about here, and then one about there. And then we'll take our big flower, and we're going to take our yes, if I can remember what they're called, I'll tell you in a minute. 3D foam squares. And we're going to attach those to the back of the, and that will sit just in there. Then we'll take one of these. See how quickly this card can be made? It's not a hard card at all. You just need to choose the colours that you'd like to use. and I just thought the other one was done in pinky tones, and I thought this one here might be nice done in the purpley tones. Just 3 squares on the back of this one, and that one tucks in there like so, and there you have it. Oh no, not yet, haven't put this bit in the middle, so we just do a bit of a tape run here. This just makes it easy to write on the inside, unless you've got a white gel pen or a chalk marker that you can write on the inside. But there it is, there's the card. How quick and easy was that? And it's just all done with using the painting the inks with our new brushes here. So until next time everyone, keep on creating, and bye for now.